Section 4 calls the utility meeting to order. Roll call.
Vote.
Here.
Matt Bittner.
Here.
Hopkins.
Here.
Trantham.
Here.
Sharon. Here. Kyle Bittner.
Here.
Riley.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Can't be answering for someone else. Petitions by citizens on non-agenda items. Seeing none. City Clerk. February 9th, 2016 utility meeting minutes. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Jordan, in a second.
Second.
Matt? We're gonna- we have some folks still reading, so. Review.
It's too quick. That's too quick.
That's okay. Corrections, updates, questions for Michelle? Roll call.
Riley.
Yes.
Post.
Yes.
Vote.
Yes.
Matt Bittner.
Yes.
Hopkins.
Yes.
Trantham.
Yes.
Sharon.
Yes.
Kyle Bittner.
Yes.
Thank you. Number 4, subdivision and zoning administrator. I thought these were going to be reversed, but on the agenda there, it is Jill 1 West Mills first. I intended, but that's what it is on the
Okay, that's
agenda.
good. So we're gonna start with talking about the Amis building. If you've had a chance to look at the packet I gave you guys and read the minutes that I hear 3 of us have sent out to you guys from the zoning meeting. Again, they're wanting to do 5 residential on the second floor, and there are 0 parking requirements to be enforced in the central overlay district.
We are we going in reverse order because?
Yeah, you said it was on there, so I
No,
assumed
no,
you
no,
wanted
no.
me to.
So on the agenda for last Monday night, the other portion, H, was on first and then I.
So this is my only slide for 201 West Mill. I thought it was gonna be open for
That's
discussion.
okay, go ahead.
Okay. What questions can I help answer from the meetings?
Is there a layout for the upstairs?
This is all we have so far. They haven't submitted a building application yet. This was just specifically to see if they could get a special use permit for the second floor residences.
So whenever they'll submit for a building application, we won't see that again?
Typically not.
I didn't think so.
That would not be the normal process for us to see it again.
Which makes sense to me, yeah. But as is now, it is a total of 6 residential dwelling units possible.
Yes.
Whether or not they actually do 6 is, I guess you still have to see the permits to make sure, or the building application to make sure they're sized appropriately for the minimums and things like that.
Yes.
Okay.
And the back section is a
Phase
phase 2 that had
Correct.
last
So
time
that
no
will-
definitive start date.
Right now, their plan is to draw right here.
Yeah.
Right.
So this will be phase 1 and phase 2.
With how many commercials in that phase?
In the first phase,
Yeah.
1. And then, 2, sorry. Here's the second business entrance, so it'll be here and here. And the third will be over here.
But we're,
This
So
says
phase-
this says phase 1 is 1 commercial unit and
Okay.
2
Well, I mean,
residential units upstairs.
Right,
I guess the door would,
the way that it's split, the commercial interest on the first one, is
Right.
the one that's actually
Right,
on
201.
West Mill.
Right.
The other 2 are actually on Church Street.
Mhm.
but in the petition, when will they disapprove or approve the whole phase 1 and phase 2?
correct. They did it all in one.
Actually, but that's not the way it was on the agenda.
No, the agenda is one downstairs residence, which requires a separate approval, and the 5 residents on upstairs, which is approval in its own. So,
So when it was on the agenda, it was H,
which is the
just phase
upstairs.
1,
Correct.
and then I was phase 2. So this was.
That
this
wasn't
was
clear.
actually- This was the first phase, and that was H on our agenda. And then the rest of it was I on the agenda.
So theoretically, you can pass one
And not the other.
and not the other.
I thought H was,
H is-
was second floor and I was.
Yeah,
first.
they
Should I have
did-
them backwards? Okay.
Yeah.
And then the,
I have to go back and look at it.
H was the second floor
There were
residences.
second. There
I
were,
was-
there were,
All
there
five
were
of
2
them.
separate.
Two
it-
separate, but again, it would take approval on each one to move it forward. Yeah.
we are looking for approval for all of the upstairs residents. That would be one approval. And the second approval would be for the downstairs residents.
Right, because that's a separate issue.
Right.
Because normally we wouldn't allow a first floor entrance into the business district to an apartment. Not a first floor entrance, a first floor residence in the business district.
That was where Nathan said that because there was no street frontage or.
Right.
It was an odd case and that's why they approved
I
it.
think there's some federal things involved in that too.
So if you have,
We kind of have to.
right, if you have the 5 upstairs, you have to have the 1 downstairs.
Right.
My law.
Yes.
What's
By
the
law.
reason by law?
I
It's in
don't
your
know
packet.
exactly what it
Fair housing.
is.
I'm
What
still
is it?
asking. I'm still asking.
So there's a law that was put into place, I don't know exactly which one it was, that if there are so many residents upstairs, you have to have one available on the downstairs, or you have to install an elevator.
yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know the
It's
name
ADA.
of the law,
Yes.
but,
It's required by ADA.
That makes sense.
but if they were to reduce the upstairs, it wouldn't be required to have the downstairs.
Correct.
But at this point, they're not asking to do that I have been.
Correct. They are not.
So overall, what has been the public sentiment on the parking issue? I know that Jim.
Parking is not, in the central overlay district, parking is not something that you consider.
We can still consider it. Just because the rule says we don't have to park doesn't mean we don't talk about stuff.
Actually, it's counterproductive to downtown because
That's the
downtown.
whole point of this meeting, though.
Downtown is actually what
That's
the
the whole point of this
intended.
meeting though, right now, is the parking issue is what is going on with this whole building.
Okay?
And what else do you think we're discussing then?
I think if somebody is going to have a business there or they choose to live there, they know the parking situation.
That's correct.
And so they aren't going to make that decision to either work there or live there without knowing they might have to walk
Okay.
a block or two.
So what about all the businesses and residences near it though? Those are people we represent, or the people that are already here, not the people that could be here next year.
Well,
We have a very
That
beautiful,
is-
vibrant downtown.
That's actually what downtown is for, is density.
and that is.
So, I mean, it's,
If you don't have the
in
density,
your opinion, it's
people don't
first
show up.
mover advantage. They got here first.
Oh,
So-
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
I mean,
I
we
mean,
have the central
who
overlay
elected
district,
us?
no parking minimums
Not
for a reason.
not the make-believe people that will live here in 2 years.
That's fine.
I would say that you could put a restaurant in here and it wouldn't be here, because it's an allowable use.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
That's my paper only. It's a permitted use, but that wouldn't go there, and you know that.
I'm just saying that you could.
yeah.
Because it's a permitted use,
It is a permitted use.
but it wouldn't go there.
If they cookie cutter shell up this business,
If they asked for it, yes, they would. I mean, there's no way to
they
say
don't
no.
fill out a business application. So if that business is there and it's open and they want to pay the money to do it, we couldn't stop it if it's
Right.
already in existence.
Right,
And they
right.
want to put a residence in, like
Right.
Mama's was real estate and it turned into a restaurant.
Correct.
Right.
So if the shell is there and they have a business come in that wants to do a restaurant and it is an allowable option, it can happen.
Correct.
Right, so the shell's not not there right now. That's the.
No, we got a half-story building instead, don't you?
Oh, I'm not.
That was a business previously that had a bunch of parking associated with it at times.
At times, but we also are adding 3 businesses and 6 apartments as well. This is one business only.
Yeah.
A business that ran from 8 to 1 p.m. 6 days a week.
And the vehicles were in and out of there buying donuts.
Yeah, they weren't
They
there.
weren't there all day Saturday, all day Sunday while they're off work at home. And they also weren't there at night when they get home from work.
Right, right. So I'm gonna go back to my question is, what is the public sentiment on this?
Mine's been very negative. The people have called me.
I just drove by there on the way here. There's plenty of parking on North Street, on North Church Street, on the curbs, and there was like 4 or 5 spots in front of the building. I know church is out, school is out, that kind of thing, but there's plenty of parking right now.
On a Monday night, there's plenty of parking, but this is the lull night of the week.
I haven't had one positive in my direction, other than people that might be here, or George, or JP, but I have not had a single concern, or a single positive, but a lot of concerns.
I think the parking issue is a completely separate issue that we could handle separately or look at separately. I mean, there's other places that do that. You could do a 2-hour parking from 8 or 9 to 5 on Mill Street. That would. I'm not saying the entire length, but that would. You could do that, and that would solve your daytime parking issues that businesses are calling up right now. There are a lot of apartments upstairs on the Mill Street buildings already, so that's a problem.
Also have back building parking lots.
Most of them, yeah.
This one has
This
0.
one doesn't. Or 9 to. I mean, we could look at that. Problem is, we don't have any hard data on that either, other than anecdotally driving through, which I'm sure a lot of us have been doing since this issue came up, and I know I have.
Yeah.
And I've only really noticed one time, and church was in for something. It wasn't normal church time, but you could tell there's a lot of people at SBPS going on. That there wasn't 10 or 12 parking spots within that block radius. You could do parking studies, and maybe that's something we need to do anyway, just to have for master planning things. I'm sure JR's aware of parking studies in his previous life. I mean, they're just data points. You can do the whole, 2-hour parking, half-hour parking. I mean, you go to dense downtown areas, that stuff happens a lot. It's a pain in the ass.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But that's a way to police people parking there all day long on a Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
But that's a holistic downtown issue, not a single parcel issue.
Right, but right here, we wanted to add a new building with 6 apartments on it, in a busy commercial district.
Potentially 6, yeah.
Yes.
Seems
Right.
like it. That's what they've applied for.
Well, I want to ask a legal question, Natalie. If we get to some kind of understanding that, as we look at it, maybe 6, maybe too many, may we alter to a maximum with our motion?
How,
So it's all or none.
well,
Without,
I mean, you
without
have to
it
start
going,
over.
without going,
Yeah, they-
could
Well, it
we,
sounds like
could
he
we
doesn't have the
alter?
plans if we don't have them. So he doesn't know how many apartments he's going to have. So that should be a
When-
point then.
Roberta, when they apply for a permit, they
The
just.
building permit?
Yes. No, when they.
The
for
special
this.
use.
The
For the
petition,
special use permit.
Special use.
They list 6. They don't know if they can get 6, right? That's just what they're looking at.
That's what they're
They're
requesting.
taking the square footage and popping
They have been
engineered
working-
floor plan,
CAD document.
paper dolls up
So they have been talking with Mike Schneider, and he has proposed it, we just don't have it in hand.
Right.
So that is what they're requesting,
Because the building next door is
adorable beasts.
I understand. The 2 apartments upstairs, they're the bare minimum size-wise, from what I understand.
What I am aware, yes.
which is what now?
750 square feet.
Is it 800? Everything's growing?
750.
I think it's 750 hockey. So the building next door is the bare minimum. I mean, just paper dolling it. If that's the scale, I don't know how you fit the bare minimum of 6 or 5 upstairs, but and meet your minimums. That's so. It may be that we're arguing over 5 or 4 apartments upstairs, and they might not even be able to do it. It's just they said 6 because that's what they thought they may be able to get to. So why wouldn't you put that on your application whenever you go through this? That way you don't have to restart. If you could fit the 6th one, then you would have had to go back through and do everything again.
When you're saying, if I heard you correct, if we alter that petition, it would have a lesser number. We would have to go back
Sounds like it.
to P and Z.
Correct. But if the parking requirements aren't enforced in the central overlay district, then why are we?
Well, there are no parking requirements in
Right.
the central overlay.
Right.
That's for a reason.
I know, but I'm just saying why are we just not following that?
I
Because
don't know that.
they could potentially just put a single-story building like they did at Freddy's instead of putting the apartments upstairs. Because then, like you were saying, it wouldn't even came to this.
I mean, there is a number. I don't know what that number is. Like, if they somehow have 50 units in there,
Right.
like, okay.
Yeah, but
So there is,
I mean, 6 seems like a lot on this parcel too,
Yes.
but
And there is a density issue. You do want a vibrant downtown. Having people there makes it vibrant, and I get that. But there's also, when you get too many people in one small area, 6 apartments up there, on that space, you're asking a lot of people to live in a very close-knit area together with each other, over each other. And I think that's a consideration for part of this as well. How dense
But
is
isn't
that?
that, if I choose to live there, isn't that my decision?
It is. It is, but this is before you have the opportunity to live there, for us to look at and go, as a council or as a city, do we feel that that's too much?
But are we breaking any rules?
Oh, what, and how so?
Are we breaking any rules?
right
As-
now,
Right,
As far as what?
right now,
size-wise.
No, that size isn't my issue.
it's a more of a philosophical,
I
holistic.
Just
understand.
because you can put 6 apartments there.
And
Should.
I totally understand that.
Yeah, and that was the conversation point with that,
Right.
just for discussion, or to put it out there.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think that's for at least one person, it's a valid point.
I mean, what's not shown on this plan is they got to fit a dumpster because they basically told us that there's going to be a dumpster.
Right.
I have a hard time believing that they can fit a dumpster on this plan unless they're going to put it in an alcove and have an overhang for a 2nd floor and fit your 5 apartments up top. It just doesn't seem like it's going to work. So I mean, what's the right number of apartments, everybody?
Mine is not even the apartment. It's the whole issue everybody has an issue with is parking. That's it. I don't care if there's 1 or 20. It's parking is the issue. So it's not a separate issue.
But isn't that the whole point? Is the number of residents, those are your long-term parkers?
Right. Those could be those, but right now it's the parking issue, and that
Which
may
is
be.
dependent on the number of residents, right?
It can be, yeah. So if we have 6 apartments, that's at least 12. Maybe more.
Right, so it
maybe
is
less.
the number of units.
So it could be, okay. So it could be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was a donut shop there and it seemed to go okay, so it doesn't seem like it's the business side, it's the a certain number of
Not the
units.
side at all. It's
Yeah.
the
It's potential for long-term parking.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And
Which
if-
we can deal with if we have to. If it is actually becomes a major issue, there's ways to deal with that. The 2-hour parking zone. So I don't like that because then it's got to be enforced.
But parking
Yeah,
is actually a
but-
city issue.
What?
Parking is a city issue.
Yeah, it's a holistic issue. Yeah.
It's not their issue. Parking is a city issue.
The thing I look at a lot with this, it comes down to the way that we're set up with the commissions we have. And the planning commission has done a fantastic job for us for a long time. A lot of them were there for the comprehensive plan that they spent a lot of hours to develop a few years back. And Nathan Rao talked the other night, and he had answers for the questions that were asked that I felt were very well thought out and suitable answers to me. And then they voted 7-0 in favor of it. That's why we have these commissions. We've put really good people on these commissions. They looked at it, and I see just personally no reason to overrule them. I think they always look at these situations from every angle possible. I've sat through some of their meetings before, and I personally don't think they're wrong, and I would see no reason to overrule what they did at that meeting.
Zoning Board of Appeals looked at it though.
And they were 3-3.
Yeah, they did not, so we did have one unanimous.
Yeah.
And I get it. But then we had one that was recommended not favorable.
And they were tied. I mean, and so then you could say it was 10 in favor or 7 in favor and 3 not.
Did ZBA have?
You could.
Yeah.
But you also have
The
two
minutes?
committees,
No.
one yes,
Yeah,
one no.
that's fine. Exactly.
But and I don't think this is any type of testament to what either of those commissions are doing. I think it came to us. And it's like,
No, that's fine.
So
I just take a big part of my decision-making process is using the information that came out of that.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And then I've expanded that conversation personally to include others, maybe in a different realm with this. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think those commissions do great. I will say, reading through the minutes, I did learn things that I didn't know.
Right.
So I thought these were very helpful to have, and I appreciate getting these.
Yeah, obviously we weren't there, so we didn't know what the discussions were. We just got the
Yeah.
I
Scott's
agree
point.
with your comment on the planning commission, and they're serving, and they serve well, and our zoning board serves well. There is one comment that kind of made an asterisk in my mind that Nathan brought up, was there are, and this goes to Roberta here too, you can help chime in, because I don't think you're going to know the answer. Both Nathan and the zoning board made reference to other 6 units in Waterloo. And I'd like to know where they're talking about. And there's also talking about a central district with units above there. Where are they at? That we can take a look at them and examine them. And I have not been able to get an answer on that.
The 6 units?
Yes. The one I heard was Potter's old place down here across from Main Street.
I believe there's a minimum of 6 there.
There's a complete parking lot in the back.
Yeah, it doesn't apply.
I'm not, you asked where they were. I believe that's where they
But
are.
I'm saying, they're saying that they've got 6 units without the parking. They seem to make a big issue about that. And that's not a comparable issue when they're talking about, what is his last name? Pachi? I forget. What is Pachi's last name? The guy that owns the right place. I don't want to disrespect
Nobi.
him.
Nobi?
Paul Noby.
They have
Huh?
off-street
Noby.
parking.
Nobi. I don't want to disrespect Mr. Nobi. He's been Pachi Bones. He's been Mr. Nobi. Owns the apartment across from Main Street. And there's very ample parking in the back. So that's not a comparison. They mentioned about the 6 unit down the street from this proposal. Well, I, like Tina, we probably saw each other. I was just there before the meeting tonight, and that's 225 feet from this proposal, and it also has an alley to work with. So, they are serving and serving well, but I just thought that their comparables were on the weak side to what we have here. And so that's why I think we need to dissect it even more than maybe the planning commission is doing or the zoning board did. We are dissecting this a little bit more.
It's their job. It's not our job, it's their job. It's the planning and ZBA. This is their job. That's what they're there for.
And I've talked to several of the zoning members. Yes.
Well, I'm just saying, we should not take their job, because that's what they're there for.
I'm not taking it. I'm
not taking the job.
furthering the
You're fighting over
examination. That's all we're doing.
Insignificant information right now. But this is nothing to do with duties at all.
You know, how long
This
does
was
it
brought
have
to
to
council, this means it's time for us to make a decision, and we can use whatever information we want to look at to do that. It doesn't matter if we're stepping on their toes or not.
Well, I'm not talking about stepping on toes. Said we want to look at it more, but they. So who's going to look at it more? Are we going to look at it more? Is planning going to look at it more? Is zoning going to look at it more? Who's going to look at it more?
When it comes to this level, we're going to look at it.
Yeah. Why would we not? Are we just here to vote and not look at anything? That's.
So
This
for
is
2
really-
years, we've been trying to get the building fixed, looking nice. They're willing to put all kinds of money into that, make it look nice, give us more apartments downtown. The parking, obviously, like I said before, if you want to live there and you want to have a business, I mean, I used to work at a business downtown. There's times, yeah, even at House Neighborly Service, we would have to park and walk. And I just feel like if they want to do it and make downtown that much better, I don't see a problem with the
That's
parking.
not the issue itself. Again, it goes back to
I'm sorry.
the people around that live around it, that work around it. That's who we represent. That's why it's here to us now, because there couldn't get a unanimous on ZBA, so it's now to us. And we do have different factors we all look into than ZBA. ZBA and planning, they look at the rules. Does it fit? Yes. Perfect. Well, if ZBA couldn't pass it, it came to us. So now we're looking at it from our point of view, which is also the residents and the businesses that are already here. And they have a major issue with the parking down there. The parking with that, and yes, it is a city issue, but what do we do on if the next person comes along and says, hey, I want to tear a building down and do the same thing? Do we tell them yes as well? Or do we tell them no? And if so, they would say, well, why don't you let George Openable do it?
Well, we have to probably get out in front of if we're going to allow something like this again. If we do allow this.
If we do allow it.
Yeah. I don't, no properties jump to mind where this would happen, but.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have thought this would be on the Ani's property either.
But Tina, thank you for bringing that up, because everybody, this is going to be so much better than what is there.
It for sure is.
Well, that's kind of the thing. I mean, you're right.
And-
Obviously, we represent those businesses there, but we represent the city. So is those residents there having parking issues, weighing that versus continuing to have a building there that we're all tired of looking at, tired of talking about? To me, that's the bigger conversation. You know, I've had phone calls. I've had 3 people say they don't like it, but how many people that are just kind of like, man, if you came to them and said, well, big picture, what do you think about development downtown?
Sure.
That's kind of what I'm weighing there rather than, very specifics. So.
Again, I would like to see some comparables. Again, that's our job. Because I think what was brought before, what the commission brought up, what the zoning board brought up, was not true. And I'm sure it affected their vote. Well, I'm pretty sure.
When does this have to come to council?
Next Monday is when we told them it would be next council.
So this will have to go on council this coming Monday, or they start again?
Correct.
Right. So if it's not on council on Monday evening, this coming Monday, a week from tonight, they will start all over. So you're back 3 months, 4 months, whatever it takes.
Yes.
So you're sometime into the fall at this point in time, unless it gets on council this coming Monday. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, but that's the time frame you're talking about.
You have a list of members?
Zoning members?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mayor, you have it?
I don't have them printed right here. They're on the website. I can get them to you.
Go on the minutes.
Minutes.
Yep.
No. Their phone numbers and addresses of the,
Yeah, I
I'll
have
just
those
call
that I
this on the
delivered.
contact sheet.
Yeah.
Have it.
I think a good idea that each of the councils had the planning commission and the zoning board
I can email
name,
that out.
address, and number.
I can email that out.
I have another question. When did they originally apply for their, I guess, variance? When did this show up here?
They went to planning, I think, in January, and it went to zoning in February.
Planning.
They applied, we were talking to them in November. There was some holiday vacation posting paper issues to not get it zoning in January, which is why they were in separate months.
Okay.
Planning commission met January 12th, I think, and then we had a planning committee the following week.
Mhm.
That's primarily
For building materials.
correct.
Exterior stuff.
We did see, I mean, we knew it was all shaped and all that good stuff.
Yeah, but we didn't know
We
anything.
didn't discuss number of units or anything. Correct.
No. Application.
Did you remember that were some residents or above commercial?
I mean, I won't have their personal information, but I could find ones that have apartments on second floors.
That seems what we have, and that's the whole issue of commercial, residential above commercial. And again, if the planning commission was told that the zoning, I'd like to know where they're at. Thank you.
To Joel's point about the parking signs, I know there's a separate issue, but if this was to pass, I know at Redbud at the ROE, there was apartments above some places there, and they did put up signs, like it's 2-hour parking from like 8 to 5, whatever the time is, Monday through Friday, and the weekend was
all
not.
the time, all over the state.
So I'm just saying that helped with some of that, but because they were having some parking issues, but
Was that in a parking lot or on the road?
on the road.
That was on the road in Redbud. They put up 2-hour parking.
Yeah, because I park there sometimes and I'm like, oops, better go. I gotta go move my car.
2 hours, yeah.
And I don't know that that's something we want to do, but
No, but that's an option. It's something to think about for the holistic parking thing downtown.
Currently, I would say that we are not different today, this evening, than we were last Monday. So unless somebody, I am inclined not to put this on council Monday night, meaning that tonight would mean effectively kill it.
But you need 4
Excuse me?
to pass it.
yeah.
You need 4, well, actually, you need 5, basically. If there's 4, then I would vote.
Right.
There hasn't been a vote by a mayor in more than 20 years.
But that's what the mechanism's for.
But again, that's my job if it comes that way.
So far, no one has given me any reason to change my opinion, other than Central Related doesn't require it. That's all.
The rules are, I mean, that's the rules. It made that parcel worth more money.
And now, as
We want to
Hoppy
change the
said,
central overlay district, then we should.
but
Maybe we need to look at that.
I will echo what Hoppy said last week, is we're trying to fit a 10-pound bag of potatoes in a 5-pound bag.
And I'm saying they're probably not going to get 6 apartments.
But we're going on probablys and we're voting on, maybe not. That's not how we should vote on anything, is, I don't think so. It could happen, it could not. That's not a way we do anything.
Well, we wanted to get more information. I think everyone has been provided with information.
Sure.
And we've had a discussion that's taken into account a lot of these things. I mean, at this point, it comes down to, and I don't know why we wouldn't vote on it. I mean, like we've talked about, that's our job here, is we vote on these things. So we talked about it. If you need more information, next Monday we vote and we move on.
Okay.
I don't know how much more information you can get. And like I said, our downtown, like when people come here from other towns, they compliment our downtown so much. I mean, we have people coming in from Missouri all the time, far away in Illinois. So our downtown it's a great problem to have.
Great problem to have.
you don't have a parking problem in your downtown, you don't have much of a downtown.
I see it all the time. Boarded up storefronts
Right.
all over downtown in Southern Illinois.
Right.
And I think
Okay.
everybody, again,
Unless someone needs additional information or has additional comments at this point in time, it will be on council on Monday evening for a vote. If you need additional information, you may contact myself, Roberta, Nathan, the Zoning Board of Appeals, the Planning Commission. Contact anyone you wish in order to get additional information.
well said, and that's our job.
Yep.
We're good?
Let's move on.
Okay.
So in March, I had 26 permits. 1 residential, 5 accessory, 15 excavation, 1 sign, and 3 commercial.
And none of them were out.
None of them were others. 1 new house out in Silver Creek. That new addition is really starting to fill up. Accessory permits is a basement, a pool, foundation repair, another generator interlock system, and a covered patio. We are changing the way we do our excavation permits so that it's not a blanket permit per job, which is why we have so many this time. RJ Underground is doing a job for HTC, so we're requiring it per print page, so it's per section, just to break it down so that the insurance coverage is a little bit better. So the right side is all RJ, and then I received another 7 for them today. So those numbers will be increasing for excavation permits. Cordy Lake, this has been an ongoing issue. They did get a new contractor in there, but they were starting tomorrow. They just got an extension on their permit due to weather, and they're starting tomorrow and should hopefully be wrapped up soon. Sign permits, Burger King replaced theirs on Friday, and the Storehouse is the business that went in to replace Turning Point down on 4th Street.
Question regarding sign permits.
Yes.
Just driving by the steakhouse
Yes.
today, have you seen that?
I don't think I saw it today.
It looks, I'm not sure, like there's gonna be a giant overlay that says Mama's spanning all the windows on the side of Market.
I have not gotten a permit application for a sign.
I didn't know
yet.
how signs or window graphics impacted signage.
So if it's on the
regulations.
inside of the window, it's not considered a sign. But if it's on the exterior, it does go against their signage allowable.
And that would be, so if you're looking at McDonald's and Burger King, all of their signs basically attach on the inside of the
Right,
window.
it's all promotional.
Yeah,
type
yeah.
promotional
But
stuff.
specifically for these reasons.
Yep. Commercial
I didn't drive by
permits.
there today, though. I need to look at that. Is it like a vinyl sign out front?
No, it looks like it's attached to the windows.
Okay.
It looked like they were painting them today when I drove past.
Okay.
It was just real quick driving by. I couldn't
I'll drive by and look at it.
100% what it was. but-
Gotta look at it tomorrow.
Commercial permits, Spectrum put in a power supply cabinet in the new addition at Bill Ridge. Walmart had some electrical work done, and the Verizon added to the new cell tower behind Walmart. Current projects, we are going to Planning Commission tonight. We have 4 things on the agenda. A special use permit for an in-home business will be a hair salon. It's right next door to Casa. Deer Ridge is bringing back a preliminary plat. We did approve one previously, but he is redesigning it due to cost. Casey's will be reviewing. We got IDOT's comments back, and then so we're just going to discuss it openly. We don't have an actual permit in hand for them yet. And then we're also going to talk about the 1.5 mile future land use to delegate what areas we would like to see where. Zoning Board of Appeals will be meeting on Wednesday, March 18th instead of Thursday due to the chamber social. We will be discussing the in-home occupation there. Permits, I have 1 residential and 6 excavation currently, and that's about it. I do have a couple accessory permits out there, and I do have a set of plans that we will need to review for Whiteman's to discuss they're renovating the first floor. And that's all I've got.
If you be so kind, what did you say was on the zoning board?
It'll be the in-home occupation.
Oh, home occupation?
Yeah, the one that we're reviewing tonight at Planning Commission. It'll go to both.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you know what they're doing? I may have just totally missed it. Where the tin shed is, or that auto place right there by Moto Mart. Do you know what they're doing with that?
There were 2 basically towing companies that the county used. One of them was the Collision Service out here, and the other one was Liberty Towing. Liberty Towing got pushed off of the list. That's the new towing company, and that's actually their storage place for cars. When Liberty Towing was actually towing for the county, they were using Wheat Auto Body out on Old Bob Church Road. And I don't know what the new arrangement here. Obviously, they've either purchased that property or leasing it.
Yeah.
And they put up the gates or the fence around it so that they can put vehicles in there when they get towed.
So that is the county area.
It is county.
Yeah, I was just curious.
No, we don't get
I just saw it the other day. I was just curious.
It doesn't, not very attractive, but first I thought maybe they're going to run cattle on it. That's what it looked like. So.
Will they have to be fenced in?
I think it's security. I mean, security for them. So if you put a car in there, then someone can't just come with an additional key and drive it away.
So when your car gets replugged, you can't go just hop the fence.
Oh.
I'm from East St. Louis.
Don't park your car outside the attic, have somebody come get it. Thank you for supplying all the information tonight. Nathan? You guys aren't going to do a duo tonight?
Nope, solo.
I'm not saying it was good before or bad.
You know what?
See if I can make it real quick. Nathan, you have to use my laptop.
I have to. You know what? We'll go off. We won't do technology tonight. We'll make it pretty quick.
They're saying it doesn't work, so you're not going to use it.
It works. It's just too much work for me right now. So, as everyone knows, we're working on West 4th Street. Last week was a lull with the rain, but they're back at it today, putting water main in. Basically, we have about 350 linear foot of 8-inch water main in, starting at Moore Street, working our way up. To visualize it, we worked our way around the apartment complex down there, and which was tricky. EPA requires separate taps for each unit, so it made more sense to bring the water main off the street and tap everything, so it's accessible in the future. So they had to do some work around to get that done. Tomorrow they'll be shooting straight. I think we'll see a lot of linear footage get put in the rest of the week. So
How much have they put in so far? I'm sorry.
about 350 linear feet. Total is about 1,400 complete. Street closure. Tonight was the first night that they had to close the street down. They're angling back to the center line of the street, so that took up over half the street, and then there's some cars parked on the north side of the street. So
So between Moore and Library, the street's closed, basically. Their equipment's there covering the ditch up, so you can't physically drive through there. To be honest with you, the traffic has been pretty light. People are understanding and getting it. So, and the barricades are pushed out pretty hard, so it takes some extra effort to want to drive through, and I think that's really helping a lot. As you read the meeting minutes from last month, I sent out letters. I had not a single phone call from a resident asking any questions about it. So I think people understand that there's a little bit of pain, but it'll be a nice project when it's done. So I'm expecting them to fly through by the end of the week. Definitely get into library, between library and church, I would say, somewhere by the end of the week. So, any questions? Okay. As we all know, we've been flushing hydrants since last Tuesday aggressively. We're trying to scar the mains, actually pull out everything out of these mains. It's been going well. My math, we're just right about 2 million gallons we flushed last weekend today. So we've had the water plant run, I think last week one well ran for about 60 hours. So, and there was plenty of water. We had three teams out flushing, and we never had a problem stocking water in the elevated tower. So it's really good, a really good comfort feeling. Fire protection for one, you can really run through water, and we'll be just fine. So things are going good. Like I said, this week we're looking to finish up. We're down to like southwest areas, so Creekside, and then going south. Vanderbrook needs to be done. Kyle's neighborhood, all those need to be done.
I think this week, 4:15, that you started to send everyone out.
Yep. Yeah. So the purpose is to start at the elevated tower and work our way out. So we went north and east last week. We finished up a little bit east today, and then now we're going to hit south and just kind of work our way to the extremes. So everybody's doing a good job. I'm really happy with it. So.
And a number of years since we've done this?
We did it. Well, I don't know since I've been building director. So, but this is a good one to start. I think we'll do a follow-up this fall with another flushing. And since we're making the water, we can keep our mains cleaner, and everybody will benefit from the water quality. So.
And we have the ability to supply as much water as necessary when they're flushing. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, no issue whatsoever. I mean, never hesitated. I told the underground, you send as many guys out there and you push as much water as you can. I'll tell you when to stop if you need to stop. So you never had to. Awesome. That's all I have, everyone. Thank you. You're welcome.
Come on up, JR. Nice background.
Thanks. Changed them all. Something else. Okay, I'm hoping to be relatively quick here at the time. If there's any questions, Ron, just feel free to stop me. A couple of additional items that I didn't put on my slides here that I want to talk about as well. The monthly operating logs for the water plant facilities are located on our website. It's been there, so if anybody wants to look at it, it's available there. Just kind of give that update. Turbine number 14, we're working on punchless items. Wednesday, we do the IEPA stack test, which is where we run the natural gas and diesel fuel to make sure we're within compliance and we plan to be. That means
needs to happen, and that'll be this week. Unit number 11, remember that was the one that had a failure. We did get that back. It did go on the next day online, February 10th. And then just kind of give an update. Our penalty for that outage was $1,800. It's a change, so just kind of give everybody an update. That was approximately 2 weeks. As the time goes on, and we just get more penalty. So just kind of want to give everybody an update there. The City Hall old water tower, everybody can see. We got ropes and stuff and equipment outside. We're rehabbing that and painting. They started today. Probably take about two or 3 weeks, or 3 to 4 weeks to complete. And then I just want to clarify, this is not connected or doesn't impact the city's water system or the water quality. It's separate. The tank is empty. They're going to do some rehab in the inside as well. So again, just want to reiterate that. Thank you for that note, Joe.
Let's make sure that it's been 25 plus years since it was painted. It kind of sort of looks like it's blue, kind of.
Yeah.
It's not. So the tank was always white, and over the years, people believe that it's a pale blue with dark blue or navy blue lettering. It's actually going to be the same white as the tank over there, and then the letters will be black like they were originally 26, 28 years ago. When it was painted the last time.
So it will look a little different.
A lot of sun damage on that.
I'm sorry?
A lot of sun damage on it, sounds like.
Yep.
All right, so next item is the motor fuel tax program. This is the FY27 program. We're looking at to be very similar to the FY26 program, which is there's a beat.
What do you mean?
Take them over there.
Okay, in that room. Which was about $510,000, so we're hoping to be right around. Good? Okay.
I don't know about you.
That's true. Hoping to be right around that threshold. We're looking at adding Bulldog Boulevard, a mill and overlay to that roadway to get out there and look at that facility. Seen some major alligator cracking, and the more the buses go on that road, it will only get worse. So we're trying to get it resolved now. Waiting on pending approval from IDOT that we can do that. So we'll have to work with.
Sorry, Jared. You said that was $510,000.
We have $510,000 that was programmed last year. Hoping to keep it right around, probably a little bit more, just to get this mill and overlay in. Predominantly it's oil and chip, storm sewer related stuff, concrete replacement, type of stuff that's in that program. And that actually, I'll be bringing this to City Council for resolution to move forward with that dollar value of the March 16th City Council. So, bulk salt is also in that price as well. I just kind of go through some of the numbers. This year we've used 406 ton, plus or minus. We've had a delivery of 309 ton. We purchased 770 tons, so we got a little 325 ton left to deliver. We will receive that here probably next week and the week after, and that will go down to Rock City for storage. A little bit will go here, but most of it will go down to Rock City for storage. So we plan to purchase a little bit less next year. I believe we have about 1,200 ton in Rock City as we speak, so it'll be about 500 ton that we'll program for next year.
We're going to use it any more this year? No, this spring.
I hope not. They were talking some snow, but I hope that's not going to happen. Just kind of outline a couple of drainage projects. I believe in January brought you the Daniel Farms drainage project. We'll move forward with that. Looking at some scoping and budgetary items for FY27. And then I think we fared pretty well, knock on wood, with all the rain that we have received this past week. I believe it's close to 5 inches or so. I know there's some isolated incidences, but things we were monitoring. One was the alley on East 3rd Street. There's some pipe culvert that's smashed that we need to get addressed. If we replace some of the piping, city crews will probably do that, but it might end up being a feed gutter in the actual alley to take some of that water. But we were looking at it preliminary. There's a gas line that runs down the middle of the alley, so that might be an issue for us. We'll do some potholing just to see what we can do there. Just kind of isolate some of the drainage items and tackle them year after year just to keep up with it as the city grows. Some of the other noteworthy items, we are continuing to review budgets for FY26 and then prepare for FY27. We've had a couple meetings with some of the leads and just kind of outlining some of their needs and or wants. So what's next? Roadway projects. I mentioned HH Road last week or last month. We submitted that project development report, and we're waiting on IDOT to approve that so we can move into land acquisition right-of-way phase. Lakeview Drive, work on the engineering phase of that project as well soon. Flower Street, believe we're at about 90% construction plans, and we'll move into land acquisition. There's some easements, but then just some right-of-way that are needed on that project. So that'll be programmed, the construction will be programmed FY27. Villa Court and Southview, I don't have any updates on those two locations right now. We're hoping to get back onto those two projects as time allows. Roger Street North, I did talk to the county engineer. When I say Roger Street North and Country Club Lane, the right-of-way plans and 90%, the final plans are almost complete, and then we'll go into the next step will be land acquisition, hopefully soon. Water and gas projects, the odorizer was installed today. They're doing some tweaking on it, and it was fully functioning. Just doing some monitoring as it's new to the system. Water main replacement, again, South Church Street. We're looking at that project. Also looking at the water and gas to the city's 57 acres, the north end of town. And the latest is a water main loop from Remlock to the sewer plant, which would cover Country Club Hills and Remington Ridge. That is a budgetary item for FY27 already, so we're going to look at doing that. So anybody have any questions, comments, concerns?
Not sure if this is the best spot for it, but I did want to bring up the long-term gas purchasing program.
Sorry, those are on my list over here, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, sorry to jump ahead. But anyway, we had the committee meeting last week on it. It sounded like the vibe in the room was generally positive, so the expectation would be to have that on council for approval or rejection next week, since we do need to get moving. But in the meantime, we got a week. Did anyone have any questions or anything come up now that we've had some time to think about it, or if anything had to cut down?
Just so everybody knows, I did call Craig from Morton. We've been playing phone tag, so I've not been able to touch him.
Thanks. Do you have the 72-page contract, or do you have the 72-page contract?
We both do, I think.
Can one of you email it to me? I do not want it printed out, please.
You know what I'm
JR, getting back to the IMRF funds.
MFT funds.
I'm sorry, MFT funds. I read there was a proposal by the state of Illinois, the legislature, and our governor to basically leave 25% of what you're supposed to get to the municipalities, and the state was taking the rest to fund their transportation system in Chicago, and they called it a temporary item. Have you heard anything about that?
I have caught a little bit of wind of it, but I'm not real familiar with it. I've heard that they're wanting to take some of those funds away from us, yes.
Okay, thank you.
And there's one more thing on my list, was probably let's start looking at a parking study in conjunction with zoning, so I just want to mention that.
Imagine that.
And like Joel said, I've got a little bit of that background, so.
Summer interns can walk the streets and be fine.
Anything else?
Thank you. Mark?
28 new construction inspections, 4 re-inspections, 11 rental inspections, and of those we had 8 re-inspections, 8 dumpsters, 2 motor vehicles, no property violations, and no ordinance violations. And a lot of these rental inspections, the re-inspections, had some bad GFIs. They had some screens that were bad, so they had to get new screens, re-screen them, get new GFIs. That was most of the issues on that. Nothing really major on any of them. These are 2 of the autos. This is out on Brittany Court. Got called for the black one on the right. I had a rental inspection and I wouldn't pass it because they had a junk car out front. So she got a hold of the owner of the car, and while I was out there getting that one, then these plates on the white car on the right, they were expired. They lived in the apartment to the south. Talked to that owner. Actually, it was his in-law's car, and it stopped working. So he said he'd take care of it. And this was the next day. He called me Saturday afternoon, sent me a bunch of pictures with the white car, and had it up on the tow record, and it was gone Saturday already. And then the black car was Wednesday. That car was actually drivable, just didn't have a bumper, no headlights on the front of it. So they got that car out of there. And then I was able to pass the lady's rental inspection.
Is that your dog in the picture?
With my dog. I got a cat that I haven't seen. This is another car that was up
Ran away on purpose.
up on Jack's out on going out towards Lakeview.
What's that?
Out towards Lakeview. There was a new construction house out there. I gave these people a little leeway because the gentleman that built this house, he was turning in his driveway. There's a couple cars behind him. Somebody passed him, no passing lane, T-boned him. So he got a bad concussion, fell down the steps towards rotator cuff because of the concussion. So I'm kind of giving him a little bit of slack because they're. But they did have some trash on the side there, and they did get the majority of it cleaned up. So they were trying. I'm not gonna. This is off of Moore Street. Got a call about the trash and the windows. This is that blue house that everybody loves to call me about. I want to know when it's going to get done. Some more on the other side here, the garage, and then the one on the right while I was there, they got a ladder and some tree branches right next to that white garage to the right, and they took care of that. The branches and stuff. And then the guy at the blue house, he actually came out that day and cleaned it up that afternoon. I got a hold of him. If you guys have ever seen it, this is what a foundation looks like when I put it in. Mid-America did this one. They used a tubing on the right. That's all drain tubing on the inside now. This is what it looks like. And those upright rebar that ties into the wall rebar. Didn't know if anybody ever seen it, so I forgot to put that picture out if you guys look at it. Roberta was talking about the Walmart tower. That's the picture on the left. And there's actually 2 guys up there. There's one over in the left corner over here too, but you can barely see him. But this is from the ground. I took a shot of it. And that's so if you think your job is high stress.
Job for you? You?
That's pretty well it. Did have a Circle K was on last month. I have talked to them. They've got a couple more holes to patch, but they're waiting to cut the concrete out and actually pour new concrete there. And then just last week, came in, cleaning ladies gave me a notice that the ceiling tile in the ladies' bathroom was sagging. Well, it wasn't sagging. It actually dropped down. We got a leak in the roof up above the air conditioners. So I've had somebody out here checking it, getting a bid from one. I got another one going to come out and give me a bid. The first one says he thinks the roof ought to be replaced because it's original roof. About 30 years. So, yeah.
We're talking about the
Right where the air conditioners
interior
are.
portion where all the HVAC stuff is.
Yeah, it's a rubber roof. It goes up the sides and they got a cap on it. And you can tell it's been patched numerous times. I think I found where the water's coming in. They're going to be coming out here giving us a temporary patch to patch it. So, but it holds water on the west side, and the guy I talked to, they're going to actually put a cricket there so the water flows and goes out to the drains like it's supposed to. There's some spongy spots, so we might have some damage underneath it too. So, but just a heads up that we're going to be getting some bids on that.
All of the ugly footprints behind you,
That's
right
all.
there.
Who's your talking?
That's the in and out.
That's That's good, taken care of tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. So if anybody got any questions on it?
You want to check, go over what the additions that we had for Lemon Street apartment?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, we got a Lemon Street house, Lemon. Homeowner called me, or sent me a text and said she smelled gas, so I told her to call the city. Cole went out there and actually condemned the stove because it took like 5 times the light of burn. So last week, got a new stove. It got put in Thursday of last week. Front door, the bottom seal was completely gone. She had a rag in front of it, the wind and everything coming in. New doors installed today. Phil Kelly did that. Got a little painter. He's coming out tomorrow morning at 8. They're going to be repainting the door and the trim on the inside, and then that'll be done. And then they also had a water faucet leaking out back, and the utility bills were going up to $300-400 a month. And it was leaking pretty good. I saw the water coming out. So Randy, plumbing inspector, he's going down tomorrow and put the new spigot in and reconnect it inside. So
Just maintenance on a rental property.
The drive behind, we've had it before, the drive between KFC and Hardee's has a huge hole in it. It's not the first time. They put filler in it and it pops out. It's deeper than I've ever seen. It's Sunday when I went through there.
Okay.
I'm surprised you haven't got any calls on it. Or the
no, I
city.
haven't. I don't think I'm going to go into that parking lot, but I'll go into it tomorrow.
It's a drive right between where the public access. I understand it's a private drive, but it's ridiculous how deep it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's private. I mean, coffee place, they have holes in their parking lot. That's private. They fix them too. You know, same thing. We're okay. So, yeah, I'll take a look at it.
If you would, please.
Yeah, I can do that.
Any other questions? Thank you. Sarah?
Good evening, everyone. I don't have a ton tonight, as all of the projects from last month are still ongoing. But just a couple of quick updates. I think everybody has the calendar in front of them. We got those back from the printer. They're available here at City Hall. We will be distributing them to local businesses around town. Give some to the Tourism Bureau for distribution, and then I also just finished today getting all of the events listed on our community calendar on our website. So the calendar events should be wrapped up once we get them all distributed. And then the Hometown Hero Banner Program, we've received 167 applications for those so far out of the 190 spots that are available. The deadline is March 20th for that, but I think it will probably fill up by the end of this week. So I still have maybe like 10 out there that have called me that just haven't submitted their payment yet. So I think that'll be filled up here pretty quick. And then the business banners were ordered on February 25th. We hope to have them by the end of the week so we can swap the snowflakes finally for those. So now that it's 70 degrees, it feels a little weird driving down Market Street with those, but there's a purpose for that. The plan
So
is
the snowflakes are
take
still up.
those down and put these up
That means
at
we're
the
still
same
hoping
time.
for snow.
Yeah, we are not hoping for snow. At least I'm not. The main thing that I wanted to talk about was Port of Westphalica. I'm sure all of you read or heard that in the paper that it may not happen this year just because some of the organizers decided that the immense amount of effort it takes is overwhelming, and for the amount of money that it brings in, I think that's one of the main reasons. The other one is finding the activities vendors that are available to provide the activities for the festival. So I know it's a bummer to hear that, and I know it takes a lot of work and effort to put something like that on. In saying that, I did have a few individuals, interested parties, business owners contact me asking about coming together and seeing if we can keep it alive. So I did ask Mayor Darter if it would be okay just to sit in that meeting with them. We have always supported Port of Westphalica. planners and doers of that event. We do Pumpkin Fest and support the others that the organization brings to the community. So I would like to sit with them and see what ideas they bring to the table to try to keep it going, because I think it's very unique for Waterloo. It's our sister city, our German heritage. So the Sister Cities group is meeting tomorrow night. So they're going to have their own discussion on it. And then they're going to have this meeting of this group that wants to try to keep it alive. So I will keep everyone up to date on what that conversation brings. But if you have any input or anything that you want me to take to that meeting, just let me know. Email me or call me, and I can certainly be the liaison for you guys as well. So
on social media, so many people say that the city should basically spend our gambling money on this, and it's really not about money. It's not about injecting money into it. It's an organization to actually put it together, do all of the work, and then supply all the volunteers. Because it actually does make some money. It doesn't make a lot, but it actually has a profit. So it isn't about injecting money into it. Organization and volunteers. Volunteers get fewer and fewer every year. So, and that's what they're trying to do at this point in time. And the city will assist in that in any way we can, except we just can't take it over.
So we'll see what ideas and brush blood we can get to maybe keep it going for Waterloo. It's been a long-standing tradition that I'd hate to lose. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tricia?
Okay, mine will be pretty short and sweet today. So just an update, health insurance on February 20th. Gretchen from MB Health hosted a lunch and learn for us here. We had a representative from UHC here. We talked about the UHC rewards program for the employees. And this is a feature that if they participate in activities, they can earn $300 for themselves and $300 for their spouse. So we had a rep here. She talked to us about that. She talked to us about other questions, issues, things that people had. And then we are currently planning a biometric screening day here in May when employees and their spouses who have our insurance can complete their biometric screening here at City Hall. And then they'll earn $50 towards their UHC rewards. We do have to have 30 people who are wanting to participate in order to make that happen. And then just wanted to update you guys, the police pension has been selected for an examination in accordance with the Illinois Pension Code. So Brad, Shannon, and myself are working with RSM to provide them the information they need. So do have information if you guys have any questions, but it's a limited examination of our policies, procedures, and records during the most recent fiscal year. So pretty typical. And then we had a good meeting with Connect Team last week. We had some issues that a few people prior were not able to figure out, but we got a really good rep who had some loose solutions for us. So we have been working to put those in place. The goal is next week to roll this out to our leads and sergeants and have them roll with it for a week, see how it goes, and then roll it out to everybody else. So we are much, much closer to that. So that's it. Any other questions for me? Okay.
Thank you. Sarah isn't here this evening, but she is scheduled to return to work tomorrow. Her choice. Dane is actually on vacation this week. The Axios basically are making updates to some of our vehicles, and they're using the old firehouse this week. Obviously, Trent came in today and we had a conversation. The weekend went very smooth this week, and however, we had someone Someone basically collapsed on one of our golf courses this morning playing golf, and that person did not survive. I don't believe they were from Waterloo. That was the only thing I had for them. Natalie?
No report, Mayor.
Okay. I don't have anything to add at this point in time. I think we've covered everything adequately at this point in time. Committee reports. February 17, Finance Committee.
I'll make a motion to approve as written.
I'll make the motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. And B, March 2nd, 26th, Gas Committee.
Yes, committee, I'll entertain a motion. Michelle, great job on these minutes. There's a lot out there. Appreciate doing that.
Make that motion.
Gary first,
I'll second.
second Tina, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. I will entertain a motion now to come out of regular session to go to executive session.
I'll make it.
A second?
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We're out at 7:21. Is there any chairs to your office? JR?
Pretty close.
Okay.
I can stand here. I'd rather stand.
Let's go to JR's office.
Well, that over there. where they-
Yeah, over there.
Yeah.
Like these, yeah.
Yeah, that's that rusty stuff they got out of that air conditioner, that heater up there. Hopefully we won't have to do that no more. Filters get a lot cleaner downstairs, so.
kidding.
That'd be fun. Museum. One of those things, I think, I'm sure it's not, it's a little away from an hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah,
No, you're pretty fun.
that was good fun.
Somebody lost their clothing?
My left hoodie.
JR's.
Look at that.
Take it out loud.
Lost and found it.
So you can go there.
Was that on, that was on the chair.
I guess it was on the chair.
Does it smell
What
like-
size is it? I need it.
Just offset.
Or is it a different perfume? Who's paying your off now?
I'll give you that.
Feels good. Sorry.
I'm just telling you, because
Hold on. Where's something?
I didn't want to. So, probably not in that order. Where'd he go?
Take the sweater off. The man of action at the time when it's needed.
Oh, JR, I know whose coat that is. That's your secretary,
Oh, gotcha.
church chair.
Okay. Thanks.
A motion to return to regular session.
I'll make the motion.
Jordan, a second.
Sure.
Joel.
Sure.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
We're back at 7:58. Comments, hobby.
Thank you, Michelle. You have been very busy. Minutes, and this minute, terrific.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Especially at such a challenging time as time change is stupid.
Was that it?
That's it.
Pat?
Nothing there. Well, I'm not going to change this meeting to a political meeting like Joel just tried to bring it up. No, I want to say I had a couple people call me, JR, about streetlights out in their neighborhood, and I called Kelly. Got to take care. They did a good job. They worked together. God, I appreciate that. That's all.
Not good being in the dark. Tina? Kyle?
Nothing, man.
Nothing here.
I like daylight savings time, regardless of what my counterpart on this side of the table says.
You can be wrong every now and then, Gary.
I'm married, I know that. And also appreciate the conversation tonight. Thank you for notes. Thank you for conversations. These roll around in my head when we leave here, and so I thank everybody for their input. And it's respectful, which I appreciate also.
I would say great conversation tonight. I don't think that we have something very often as it requires this amount of discussion. But again, great conversation tonight. I appreciate all of the input from everyone, and I will look for a way forward for us. Gary, I would say that you're probably getting better looking, or are you seeing
That beard. My daylight saving time shadow.
Sorry.
Maybe 20 years ago.
Motion to adjourn.
So mate.
All those in favor, aye?
Gary, did you second that?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you did.
I was talking about the